start of another new week here at Canal the English, and you're welcome to the news. Our top stories for tonight. Today is a normal ghost town day in Kumba, despite a peaceful march over the weekend, denouncing Monday ghost towns observed for months now in the two English-speaking parts of the country following the outbreak of the Anglophone crisis. The 2019 edition of the International Exhibition of Enterprises known as Promote has officially been opened with over 5,000 enterprises taking part. Prime Minister and Head of Government Joseph Dianguti launched the trade exhibition today. A boy, 6 years old, has been beheaded by his uncle, 23. Family members are still to overcome the shock. The alleged criminal is said to be on the run. The 42nd General Council of UN agency IFAD has ended in Rome, Italy, with calls to put a stop to rising levels of hunger in the world and for youths to see agriculture as a source of employment. Developments would be yours right ahead. Over the weekend, thousands of residents in the town of Kumba, southwest region, came out to denounce ghost town operations in a peaceful march. Despite weekend's march, today, Monday, is being observed as ghost town, as we hear in this report with D. Morin.
This is Kumba, chief town of the Med Division, southwest region. It's a Monday morning, and the town is as calm as a graveyard. The town is calm, streets are deserted. Even at the ceremonial avenue, the economic heartbeat of the city, there is no sign of a living soul is spotted. Streets are a living shadow of themselves. Everyone is indoors. No one dares to step out of their homes. It will appear on inhabitants of Kumba falling into a deep sleep. The ghost town operations have had a negative toll on the town. Few days back, the population mobilized to denounce the increased wave of violence and the persistent ghost towns imposed on them. A peaceful march will give a glimpse of hope that all activities will return to normal.
We are on our knees because it is said that the cry of a mother is the most important cry, a cry that can be heard by everybody.
The population march denounced all activities perpetrated by armed groups.
Picking them, they need to go for school. He like Papa, me call people then. A man of you get 10 picking, 2 picking they cry, then you happy. You find so.
The participants of this march made a stop over to the Meme SDO's office to meet the SDO, Chamberlain Tundong.
We are going to organize ourselves within the various quarters. I will relay all your worries to the head of state.
Unfortunately, this march didn't bring an end to the ghost town phenomenon, as the population didn't answer present to their daily activities this Monday morning.
We now move over to the northwest region, where several houses, a market and motorbikes have been set ablaze in Kumbo with the vision. Persistent gunshots between separatist fighters and the military have left at least 4 people dead. People continue to flee into the bushes for safety, as we hear in this report with Amber Gladys Diban.
The once vibrant Kumbo chief town of the Bui division in the northwest region of Cameroon has been reduced to nothing following the resumption of gunshots between defense forces and separatist fighters. After the 10 days lockdown that was extended in the Bui division, this is the result. This amateur video footage depicts the situation in one of the villages where houses have been reduced to ashes, roofs completely consumed by flames, and the walls of the remaining structures have been stained with smoke. Household equipment and motorbikes have equally been burnt down. According to our Kumbo correspondent, a cross-section of the square's market has also been consumed by fire after looting by armed gunmen, while 3 persons who were caught in the crossfire between the military and the separatist fighters were killed. Consequently, economic activities have been grounded, churches have been affected, as only a few courageous persons now attend mass or services. All these are occurring at a moment when the town of Kumbo is without electricity for the past 2 weeks. It is alleged 2 electricity poles fell down in Dop at the start of the 10-day lockdown, affecting the whole town, and it was impossible for contractors to carry out repairs. Lack of electricity has so far affected communication network. It should be noted that the recent events has forced many inhabitants of Kumbo to flee for safety, and the town is now a shadow of itself.
Meantime, St. Augustine College saw in with a vision. Northwest region of Cameroon has been shut down as management has bowed to pressure and the lockdown in this locality. Students of the institution who were kidnapped have been released after they were kidnapped by unidentified gunmen. They have been sent home for safety, according to officials. We now move over to the West region in Bafoussam, where in Baleng, a boy of 6 has been beheaded by his uncle, 23. Family members are still to come to terms with what has befallen their family, as we hear in this report with Ndimorin.
The family has been in this state since a 6-year-old son was brutally murdered last February 15. Tears keep dropping down their eyes as memories of their son is recalled through pictures on the wall. For Puchi, Yowen, as called by his parents on that fateful day, accompanied his more than 23-year-old uncle to the farm in Baleng, Bafoussam 2, West region of Cameroon. When they arrived to farm, the mother quickly engaged in farm work. The uncle noticed she was distracted, took the boy a distance away. With his machete, he beheaded the 6-year-old boy, chopping off some of his body parts before tying him in a bag. The mother suddenly noticed neither the boy nor the 23-year-old uncle were beside her. She quickly embarked on a search. After hours of serious search in the bush, she discovered her son was already dead and tied in a bag. That was how she raised an alarm. We met her this Monday morning in a family compound in a traumatized state. She recounts the tragic incident. Here is a picture of the alleged assassin, the 23-year-old. He is described as being a consumer of Indian hemp at Baleng Quarter. 2 weeks before the incident, he is said to have burned down the house of his father still under construction, after which he cut off one of his fingers and sucked out blood. The D of Bafoussam too was appealed to take stock of the incident. He strongly condemned the act. Inhabitants have described the alleged assassin as a cannibal. A marathon has been launched to track him down. The gendarmerie has opened investigation to ascertain what must have pushed him to commit such an act. The family has been in this state since a 6-year-old.
Fire break out at the Tractor Freak neighborhood in Douala, precisely at the plant depot, raising down an entire structure. The fire, which sparked up at about 1:30 a.m., has been blamed on a short circuit. The workers only woke up this morning and discovered the gravity of the fire incident. The heavy material damage has been evaluated at millions of francs CFA. Workers have the right to protest. This is what the World Day in favor of protest actions observed today is all about. Our reporter Beatrice Gamu talked to some employers, workers and trade unions to find out how workers can effectively implement the right to protest.
Demonstration of dissatisfaction like this common in most workplaces. Workers stopping work to demand that certain conditions are met for better services. This, especially as it is their right.
It's normal. I take many measures to make that your right. You can make all to that your rights be respected.
And when they do engage in such acts, sanctions of any type should not be meted on them.
No sanction. No sanction. It's illegal. You are taking a legal measure. You cannot be sanctioned.
Observing protests do not mean complete shutdown, especially as minimum services are expected to show they are still concerned about their work.
Yes, it is right that we should strike, but I am a Christian. I do things with Christ. I work like unbeliever. Since we are not happy, I'm only telling my colleagues everything is in prayer. So many are not agreeing with me because things are not going well, but we are still working.
Best solution is dialogue with the workers for a compromise and for the workers to return to work, while solutions to the problems are reached gradually. And the International Labour Organization prescription to the right to protest should follow 7 conditions. That starts with a notice in line with the World Day in favor of protest action commemorated every January 18.
Cameroon is a land for investment par excellence. Statement made this afternoon by Prime Minister and Head of Government Joseph Dion-Guti as he launched the 2019 edition of the International Exhibition of Enterprises dubbed Promote. Over 5,000 enterprises are currently taking part, as we hear in this report with Tabby Clarkson.
Of Gabon.
Prime Minister Joseph Dion-Guti this Monday, February 18th, officially opened the 7th edition of the International Exhibition of Enterprises with the call for a more solid public-private partnership so as to better the business climate in Cameroon.
In addition to their above assets, Cameroon is endowed with an industrial fabric that is getting richer and more diversified every day, with many structured small and medium-sized enterprises able to execute subcontracts and co-contracts. Moreover, labor force is abundant, young and skilled for a country with one of the best school rates in sub-Saharan Africa.
To the President of the International Foundation Interprogress, Mr. Pierre Zumbak, Promote 2019 offers an opportunity to create wealth and employment for youths.
With an appropriate legal and regulatory framework providing incentives suitable for investment, Cameroon is in accordance with the political will of the head of state, His Excellency Paul Biya, the land par excellence for investment.
Some over 5,000 enterprises are taking part in this year's Promote edition with main objective that of ameliorating the business environment.
Youths across the globe have been called upon to see agriculture as a source of employment. The call was made by key speakers at the IFAD Governing Council in Rome amidst rising hunger trends. Our reporter Regina Leke Fonjatanda, who attended this seminar in Rome, now reports.
The number of hungry people in the world is growing, reaching 821 million in 2017. A disturbing trend reiterated by most speakers at the 42nd Governing Council of the International Fund for Agricultural Development (IFAD). Speaking at the inaugural ceremony in Rome on February 14, 2019, Pope Francis insisted the world must place technology at the service of the poor to help transform rural communities and eradicate malnutrition. For this reason, IFAD President Gilbert Humbo urged member state presidents to invest more in rural development and urged the youth to be more involved in agriculture in order to prevent future crises of hunger. Young people across the world have often shied away from agriculture. While most think agriculture is hard, well, others just don't want to get their hands dirty. But officials here at the International Fund for Agricultural Development (IFAD) in Rome are encouraging young people to take advantage of agriculture and be gainfully employed while fighting hunger. Speaking at a press briefing, Rwandan choreographer and IFAD advocate for rural youth Cherie Silva shared inspiring stories about some local youth in Cameroon that are succeeding in agriculture and urged others not to give up. Youths were equally called upon to see agriculture as a source of employment and not just fun.
The bottom line, as I said, is to get money. Because with money means you can get a livelihood, you can buy food, you can go to the cinema, you can do all sorts of things. It's all about economic empowerment. That's why they want to get into agriculture, not because for fun, but it's because it's a livelihood. It's a way of getting into business and getting a job.
Agriculture is not just working on a piece of land. There are other opportunities young people can take advantage of.
This notion that getting into agriculture has to be working the land. Yes, that is an alternative, but we need to look at how do you make it easier to deal with drudgery, for example. Some people think when you go to a farm, then you have to get a hoe and then you have to dig. There are technologies that you can use. There are ways you can work on the land in a much more efficient way. But there are other opportunities beyond production. And I think that is where the biggest opportunities are. And that is in the other parts of the value chain. That is in the processing, the service industry, and even the outlets.
A specialized UN agency based in Rome, IFAD has for over 40 years invested in rural people, empowering them to reduce poverty and increase food security. I'm Regina Leke Tandak at the 42nd General Council of IFAD in Rome.
The Minister of Wildlife and Forestry, Gilles Dorendongo, has called on forestry agents and his close collaborators in the East region to better manage the wood sector. The minister was speaking during a tour in the region where he visited several wood transformation companies. Crystal Katala reports.
Getting abreast with realities and challenges faced by his collaborators and relaunch the local wood transformation sector. These are the main objectives of Forestry and Wildlife Minister during a tour in the East region.
Le travail que font mes collaborateurs.
I came to see the work carried out by my collaborators and examine with them difficulties they encounter.
Je devais également visiter certaines unités de transformation
to visit
du bois,
a unit
ce que j'ai fait,
of wood
discuter également avec leurs promoteurs, leur faire part des espoirs et des attentes du gouvernement, examiner également leurs difficultés et voir ce que peut être la réponse du ministre des Forêts et de la Faune.
After visiting the local wood transformation company in Munduru in the Upper Nyong division, Minister Gilles Dorendongo also proceeded to the launching of another wood transformation company in Abongbang. Accompanied by a powerful delegation, the minister also visited several forestry companies based in the Kade and Bumba and Goko divisions. At the end of the tour, the minister expressed satisfaction.
Je rentre avec un souvenir extraordinaire. J'ai vu à Batouri, j'ai vu à Minduru, j'ai vu du côté d'Abomba, où j'ai vu que dans certains domaines, nous avions atteint le produit fini. Mais pour l'instant, c'est à des niveaux encore marginaux. Ce que nous souhaitons au Cameroun, c'est que ces produits qui sont de notre pays et qui sont exportés ailleurs pour subir d'autres transformations, j'ai demandé que ces autres transformations puissent être assurées dans notre pays.
He has also reminded his collaborators of the divisional delegation about the importance the government accords to the forestry sector for the development of the nation.
Managing a community forest can be a challenging job, and if well done, the local people stand to profit more. This is the case of the Yoko Community Forest, where the Red Plus project is being implemented, and after 1 year of execution, activities are being evaluated with satisfactory results obtained. This report. Yoko subdivision has a forest area of 29,500 hectares, what represents a big challenge when it comes to conservation and the fight against climate change. For a better management, the Yoko Council is partnering with the government and development partners to elaborate the Red Plus project. It is a pilot project that helps the people benefit from their community forest without exploiting it directly. The Red Plus project consists of avoiding natural disasters, global warming, contributes to the strategic growth document, as well as fight against unemployment. We thank the state for the Yoko Council is benefiting from the Red Plus project, and we are happy that with our community forest, we don't cut down trees but sell carbon, what is in line with the fight against climate change. And the Council equally uses the fallout to the benefit of the local people.
La lutte contre allons bénéficier de ces projets, mais aussi la lutte contre le changement climatique.
Some local people have received funding to grow crops like maize, cassava, fish farming, amongst others. Red Plus gives us seedlings. When we sell our products, we send our children to school. This year, my harvest was good, and I am thankful to Red Plus. These activities have come under evaluation after 1 year, and results are satisfactory due to quality of work done on the field. The people have shown their desire to go ahead with the project, be it conserving the community forest, putting in place income-generating activities to change their living conditions, amongst others.
Tout en changeant les conditions de vie à partir des ressources que nous avons obtenues du pays.
Conserving the Yoko Community Forest, Red Plus project has a duration of 30 years, and the 25,000 inhabitants of Yoko stand to benefit much. In the form of corporate social responsibility, the Cameroon military over the weekend engaged in cleaning the heaps of garbage that have littered the town of Bamenda for past weeks now. The cleanup started at the administrative quarters upstation, as we hear in this report with Ndimorin.
It has been long since a garbage collection company went round the town of Bamenda clearing garbage. It is partly due to the burning of one of their trucks. As a result, heaps of dirt have grown to the level of mini mountains. That is just where the 5th Joint Military Region has found a reason to carry out one of its first civilian military activities, a sign of rapprochement between the military and the population.
With the prevailing situation, alongside the town, there are so many public disorder, dumping garbages, and the population cannot carry on the activities freely. So the hierarchy has decided to send the soldiers to go and free all the garbages so that it will permit the population to carry out their activities freely and to get more confidence to the military. So
the first stopover was at the entrance to the military hospital at the administrative quarter at Up Station. At the popular food market downtown, just like in other areas, the huge piles were already being reduced by fire, with the stench and smoke driving through the respiration tracts of the people and traders in particular.
One part the Jogo in no so because it is smell. Man the pass to this side.
Very air from the dead. We made better on cause of me to see. That's all.
Others have been salutary of the move by the men and women in uniform who drove across the town to drop the rubbish at the municipal dump site at Mile 6, Mancon.
We like it, the answer is good. For example, this that have been here for a long time, for more than 2 weeks. For 1 or 2 weeks. So even the road was covering the whole road.
So you're thanking the military?
We thank them for come and register all in the market to clear all this.
And they keep up with that. God also bless them. As they are doing a good job, knowing that with that, as they care for the
With the ongoing war, last weekend's hygienic action has just, in a small way, shown the human face of the military, which has to continue if the military would like the population to forget of the ugly daily sounds of gunshots and scenes of bloodshed registered here and there.
This report brings us to the end of the 8 p.m. newscast tonight on Canal The English. Thanks for watching.